Hi guys, this is Jossie in the Transgender Effect. Thank you very much for tuning back. Today I really want to talk about a clarification about what happened in the last video. On the last video, it seems to be that there was a the way that I presented it was wrong, and I want to clarify the fact that for one, don't by any means do not be hateful of cross-dressers or transvestites. Just because of my experience has been very tainted. It doesn't mean that every single one of them are like that. Again, my experience and my experience only has been extremely tainted, because basically every single one of them, they have tried to do something with me. And probably most likely it was because of the type of plays that I was attending. So a second is that this is not transgender women versus cross-dressers and transvestites. This is not it. That is not what I wanted to convey. What I want you to understand is that there is a misuse of the term transgender, and just because it's popular, just because it is, people are accepting that a little bit more now these days. And instead of, like, if you say, well, I'm a cross-dresser or a transvestite, and then people, they're like, oh, so you're a freak. No, it's not it. So maybe that's one of the reasons why the term has been used by that community as a shield. I don't know, but it is not. I mean, the problem obviously is with the third thing that I really want to convey, is that we're trying to call out the sexual predatory behavior that exists within the community, and that affects pretty much every single one of the community, even gay guys, or even cisgender females too, or for that matter cisgender males as well. So it is extremely vital that you understand that this is not trans people versus a specific sector of the community. No. This sexual predatory behavior actually goes beyond just transgender women. It also extends to even cross-dressers and transvestites, to lesbians, to even to gay guys, to non-binary or androgynous, or gender fluid. You know, it extends to a lot of different parts of the spectrum of the rainbow, and this is an issue, and nobody has been really talking about it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's like, okay, so the rainbow community is always kumbaya and all happy and all gay, you know. But it is not the case. And I guess that it is because of that predatory behavior that when something goes bad, then a sector of the and then people are like, well, it was dressed as a girl, I guess it was a transgender. And then we get the backslash, and then people don't want to give us rights. People, they're trying to say like, well, it was because of your gender identity, you're doing this, you're causing this, look at what happened over there. Like, person like you just expose themselves with, like, in this bathroom, so that's why we don't like you using our bathrooms. So it is a big issue. It is a big issue. It needs to be resolved. And it cannot be resolved if everybody's silent about it. If no one is trying to really get to the point of really understanding and saying, like, and acknowledging the fact that there's a problem with the community, then nothing is gonna be resolved. And young trans people are gonna be victims too, because is as young trans people will be able to get to places where you can actually just gather together with other people, whether they're bars or whether it's a lounge or whatever, anything for that matter, anywhere social. And then these people get there and then they start just doing they're just predators looking for fresh meat. So there is a problem. Young trans people, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, be really careful. Not because somebody said, like, well, I'm a cross-dresser or I'm a transvestite. Do not say, like, oh, that's... I remember what Jossie said, this might be a red flag. No, it's not. Remember, most of them, they say that they're transgender anyways. So, just be really careful. And always go with a friend. There's a strength in numbers. Don't go anywhere by yourself. And obviously making a generalization of the crossdresser and and transvestites to say, like, they're all bad and they're all predators is almost the same as saying, like, well, all trans women are prostitutes. Because granted, believe it or not, I mean, that's how much a lot of the older generations, that's basically everybody did it at one point. Until they snap out of it and they're like, okay, so I need to get a real job. Or they escort. Just because, I mean, it's easy to get gifts here and there, and they don't want to work. We're also classified as just gold diggers. And so on. I mean, you name it. Not all trans people are prostitutes. Not all trans people are actually gold diggers. Not all trans people have surgeries. And that's the thing, is that making generalizations actually might lead to a very, very obscured view of a particular group, regardless of the background or regardless of the people in it. So, again, this is not trans women versus crossdressers or transvestites. We also realize that there is a problem within the community and we need to solve it. And the only way to solve it is by calling it out on the first stages until we actually were able to tackle that point. And these predators will keep on preying on young trans people. So, I mean young, meaning that they're just coming out of the closet and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that just because you are 60, you are not going to be prey of it. It does happen too. Don't become a victim. It is this is not a new norm. Being robbed by somebody within the community, this is not the new norm. I'm sorry, I am not gonna take it, not from the community. So just be really careful. Be always wise. Always hang out with a friend. Always meet up in public. And because believe it or not, I mean, thanks to the ones that we are actually live our lives openly, and people know that we're trans, and like most people, they're like, okay, well, I didn't know that trans person actually will be just behaving as normal as you do. Because usually trans people, they're always like looking for clients, you know? You see what I'm saying? So, anyways, put down your comments down below. Again, this is an educational channel. I do not get any, obviously this is educational only. I do not get any profits from Facebook or anything like that. This channel is meant to be for educational purposes only. And your comments ignite different topics. Your suggestions also ignite different videos, because I mean, to me right now, the life of trans life is actually is my life. I don't know what else to communicate, other than when there's a question, I'm able to answer it. And if there are no questions, there's no real material that can be used, you know? So just put your comment questions down below. Like and subscribe, and I guess that I'll see you guys later. And in the meantime, keep on smiling. Until the next time. Bye!